an island where a natural disaster of such a magnitude occurred that you might have never seen before, but satellites have recorded that scene. Be it the scene of a plane crash in the dense forests of Siberia, the secret of this square shape formed in the middle of the Sahara Desert, or the thousands of colorful wells on a remote location of the Somalian coast. Our world is full of such amazing and unique places that we cannot see from the ground. Today, we will uncover 10 such hidden locations and, as always, try to explain these strange locations. Welcome to yet another video on Fact Central. Viewers, let's start with a unique island, about 1,200 kilometers southeast of Japan. In the Pacific Ocean, there is a small island named Iwo Jima. In World War II, a battle between Japan and the USA took place on this island, the remnants of which are still scattered here today. But what we want to show you is that if you look at Google Earth's satellite image from 2005, you will see some rocks in the water about 200 meters off the west coast of this island. However, if you look at a fresh satellite image, the sea level has receded and what initially appeared to be rocks are actually shipwrecks. In the last 20 years, these shipwrecks, which were 200 meters away from the coast, have now come to dry land. These were US Navy ships that were lost in the war in 1945. But the question here is, why has the sea level decreased at Iwo Jima Island when the global sea level is rising due to global warming? I leave the answer to this question to you. Tell me in the comments why this is happening at Iwo Jima. Now, let's move to the next location. In Russia's far northeast region, amidst the desolate forests of Siberia, a river named Olenyuk flows. An oxbow lake exists along the bank of this river, which was once part of the river itself. If you zoom in near this lake, you can see the wreckage of a plane crash amidst the forests. From the satellite image, it appears as if the plane made a crash landing, tearing through the trees of the forest. It looks like a twin-engine Antonov An-30. Upon searching in the Bureau of Aircraft Accidents Archives, it was found that on June 2nd, 2022, an Antonov An-30 took off from Yakutsk Airport and was supposed to go to Olenyuk. It had 6.5 tons of cargo and 7 crew members. However, about 15 kilometers before Olenyuk Airport, it ran out of fuel and both engines shut down. The pilot was forced to make a crash landing over the forest. Fortunately, all crew members survived the accident, but the plane was so damaged that its repair was not possible. In a photo taken at the time of the accident, the plane's tail elevators are seen to be cut, which can be seen near the point of contact in the satellite image. South of New Zealand in the Pacific Ocean, there is an island called Auckland Island. Next to this island is another island with a quite strange name. Yes, Disappointment Island. But why such a strange name? Internet research revealed that in the 18th and 19th centuries, whaling was very common in this part of the ocean. People from England would head to this part of the Pacific Ocean, especially near Antarctica. During months of travel, their food, water, and wood supplies would run out. At that time, when they would spot this beautiful island from afar, the hunters would think, why not go there to rest and refill their supplies? But after traveling hundreds of miles, when they arrived, the true face of the island would appear. There are no lakes, no springs, no trees, and no food here. And on top of that, the cold winds are so strong that living here is impossible. Because of this, everyone who came here would return disappointed. Since then, the island has been named Disappointment Island. Now, let's go to China. In the northwest region of China, there is an autonomous region called Xinjiang Uyghur. For miles, there is only desert and barren land. During an investigation on Google Earth, a very large facility was found built here. But what is surprising here is not the facility being in such a remote area, but the 2 football field-sized stones lying here. These apparently 100-meter long stones seem to be casting their shadows downwards at first glance. But the truth becomes clear when we look at the other shadows of this facility, which are forming in the exact opposite direction. So, it was finally revealed that this is actually an optical illusion. These are not giant stones, but 2 football field-sized joint sinkholes. Looking at historical satellite images, it was found that these sinkholes were recently created. But what is the reason for this? It is not yet known. To witness the live spectacle of nature's power, there is no better place than La Palma Island in Spain. A few hundred kilometers off the West African coast in the Atlantic Ocean, there are a few islands that fall under Spanish administration. About 100,000 people live on the Palma Island here. In the satellite image of August 17, 2021, everything was normal here. But just 2 days later, on August 19, 2022, a nearby volcano erupted, and then the condition of this town became something like this. The entire town was buried under a thick layer of volcanic ash and remains buried to this day. In the middle of the Arabian desert in Saudi Arabia, where the nearest human settlement is hundreds of kilometers away, a strange square-shaped mark has been seen among the sand dunes. Its length from one side to the other is about 400 meters. On one side there is an entrance-like structure which perhaps indicates that someone once lived here. Are these the remnants of some ancient inn or something else? Historical satellite imagery of this area is also not available. But if you zoom out enough, blurry as it may be, historical data does exist. In 2007, some structures or large camps could be seen inside this very square at the same location. But just 1 year before that, there were no such marks whatsoever. This means, whatever it is, it was built in 2007. But the question arises, what is this thing in such a desolate place and who built it? Looking at the vehicle tracks, it can be estimated that this work might belong to an oil exploration team. To find oil in the desert, these teams, wherever they set up camps, dig around them to prevent venomous animals and insects from entering. A little further from this location, there is another similar square mark. And here too, some activity is visible in 2007. Now let's go to Lake Oroville in America. In 2022, severe drought occurred in California, causing Lake Oroville to completely dry out, and various submerged items began to appear. At this exact spot, the lake water is 65 feet deep. But after the lake dried up, in the image of May 13, 2022, a crashed SUV will be seen here. The Oroville Highway passes next to this location, which is a mountain road, and there is a sharp turn where this SUV Jeep is lying. So, there is a chance that this vehicle might have been involved in an accident and its wreckage got lost in the depths of the lake, which resurfaced in 2022 after the lake dried up. Look at this area on the coast of Somalia, where thousands of small circular marks exist. Each circular hole has a diameter of about 10 meters, and colorful water is also present inside it. Internet research revealed that this is not a natural phenomenon. Rather, the locals here have dug these wells themselves, and there are two reasons for doing so. One is to stop the groundwater underground right here, so that it does not spoil the land further with salty seawater, and the other is that these people extract salt from these wells and sell it. Being in a hot region, these wells act as natural salt evaporation ponds. This is a scene from a Ukrainian airbase captured in 2023. The plane you see here is a Tupolev Tuesday 980 5 strategic bomb, but black circular marks are visible on top of this aircraft. Whereas, if you look at a satellite photo of the same location from a year ago, these black marks are not on this aircraft. So what exactly are these? Actually, this satellite image was captured in the early days of the Russia-Ukraine war. The black circles on top of the aircraft are actually old car tires. They have been placed on top of the aircraft for optical camouflage. Since tires are made of rubber, if an automated object recognition system on drones emits waves, those waves collide with the tires and distort the digital shape of the aircraft. This makes it difficult for drones or missiles to identify the target. How can we talk about strange Google Earth locations and not mention the Sahara Desert? At this remote location in the Sahara Desert, amidst the sand dunes, there is a beautiful geological formation that was captured in 2013. It apparently seems to be an ancient volcano whose crater or magma chamber is now exposed on the ground, and there has been no volcanic activity here for hundreds of years. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found this video informative. If you are new to the channel, then please make sure you like, subscribe and share this video as much as possible.